This man did the unthinkable to Oleksandr Usyk. No, not this lame-ass push, but something far more despicable. He dared to mock his mother.
Suck it, you son of a bitch!
And what came next was shocking. September 16th, 2017, Berlin. A date that marked the historic launch of the World Boxing Super Series, a tournament that promised to crown the undisputed king of the cruiserweight division. The world watched as top-tier fighters from across the globe united under one banner to determine the supreme champion. But it was in the very first match of this highly anticipated event that the boxing world came to a standstill. The defending WBO world champion Oleksandr Usyk faced off against the cunning and controversial former champion Marco Huck. Unlike any ordinary clash, this matchup was a stark collision of styles, personalities, and reputations.
Gentlemen, let's do this.
Marco Huck, a fighter known as much for his antics as his achievements, came into this fight with a notorious reputation. Born in Serbia and carving his career in Germany, Huck was long regarded as one of the most dominant cruiserweight champions of his era, reigning as WBO champion from 2009 to 2015. His aggressive win-at-any-cost strategy combined traditional technical boxing with what some would call street fighting tactics. Shoves, post-bell punches, and borderline fouls. For Huck, these weren't violations, they were part of the show. But by 2017, Huck's star was fading, after losing his title to Krzysztof Głowacki in a spectacular knockout in 2015. Followed by another defeat to Maris Bridis in 2017, Huck's glory days seemed behind him. Yet, heading into the global tournament, Huck boldly declared himself the ruler of the division, an optimism that some viewed as over-the-top confidence. Huck, knowing full well he was the underdog, plotted a different approach. If he couldn't match Usyk's technical ability in the ring, he would try to unnerve him beforehand. Huck launched his psychological offensive well before fight night. Calling Usyk an overhyped figure in interviews, Huck didn't hold back, but it was at the pre-fight press conference that Huck crossed the line. Pushing Usyk during their face-off wasn't the worst of it. What truly shocked everyone, perhaps even Usyk himself, was Huck's decision to mock Usyk's family. Many expected this provocation to throw Usyk off his game. Instead, it had the opposite effect. Usyk grew even more focused and motivated, seeing Huck's behavior as fuel rather than a threat.
This didn't hurt me. It only gave me more motivation to punish him. Pushing me was one thing, but insulting my loved ones? That's crossing the line. On Saturday evening, he'll pay for it.
When the two stepped into the ring on that crisp September evening, Berlin buzzed with anticipation. Could Huck's antics translate into success against the much younger, faster, and more technically sound Usyk?
So here we go then.
The opening round showed glimpses of why Huck once held the title for 6 years. He used every trick in his gritty playbook, even managing to steal some moments. However, his classic dirty tactics, grabs, late punches, and roughhousing were all on display, attempting to disrupt Usyk's rhythm. But Usyk remained composed. Calmly and methodically, he began breaking Huck down. With each jab and cleverly timed combination, Usyk closed in.
Showing flashes of the tactics, far less activity. Again, Ronald telegraphing that right hand. Pretty impressive. Bunch of medalists and champions in the significant pound-for-pound list. And the trailblazers of Usyk scored with a relentless increased the territory on which Fowler, Adams and Katie Taylor already making their mark in the pros as well. And of course, after that terrific contest in Vladimir Klitschko earlier in the year, making that one fall short. That's a rather clean, ponderous Krzysztof Vladici on the floor. Krzysztof Glowacki on the floor for the first time in his career. The second time, really heavily, and works away with that right hand to the front. Usyk grins his gum shield contemptuously, gets his boxing stance beneath him, marches his man back towards the road, begins to score with an effective southpaw left. Action heating up here in this round at the decibel level. In the inaugural World Boxing Super Series, what these boxers are working towards in this Remember, not a round robin, as we've seen in previous tournaments, the Super 6 most notably. The equation is quite simple. With a good left hand, just a few notes from the right hand, wasn't too far away from Hook, and he comes forward to do that with constant instruction from the right, from my right here at ringside. It's the world title contest, so he knows what he needs to do up there in the boxing ring, but the reminders of the third round. And again, Usyk continuing to move wonderfully. Usyk continuing to contract and expand the ring as he making his presence felt when the two men came together at the press conference. As Usyk gets back onto the front foot, coming forward with a single phase attack, but short to the mark, and now beginning to bring uppercuts through the middle. Made uncomfortable. Such impressive fashion. And Christoph, two title defenses have come on the road in the USA. Here he is. The put glove out having here is being countered immediately. You can see his energy levels remaining very good indeed, continuing to work over when he does that punch. It was blocked easily. That's a wonderful left hand to the body from Usyk. Back comes up to the right hand of his own, got his attention, but he's back in the space of the ring now. And what a long right arm shield in that maniacal grin that he possesses. That hard left hand, and downstairs and upstairs from Oleksandr Usyk. What a left hand! Every time Hook enjoys a little bit of success, they've all come at World Championship level. So made to be a little bit uncomfortable.
By the middle rounds, there was no mistaking the shift in control. Usyk seized the driver's seat, dictating the fight with his masterful jab and strategic movement. Far from being frustrated by Huck's antics, Usyk appeared to enjoy himself, even taunting the former champion as the crowd roared in approval. Huck, visibly fatigued, tried to keep up with his signature rough style. Yet, nothing could throw Usyk off balance. Driven by discipline and an unrelenting work ethic, the Ukrainian dished out a clinic in boxing excellence.
But in fairness, Robert Bird hasn't had much to do in this contest. He's being fought at a terrific ring. On the back foot. Put under pressure in that fifth round. Usyk is breathing, is pivoting off. Legs still look a little bit weary to me as he runs into a jolting right jab, working his way inside. In the neutral areas, the deeper we go into this contest. Here's the launches counter. Here's the lead left hook followed by right hand. Round number 6. Plodding through some he walks Hook back towards the ropes, and there's an exchange on the bell. And Oleksandr Usyk and Muhammad Ali trophy once again walking down his man. Hook fires his speculative right cross, he's shying instead he steps right back into the breach. Wonderful counter halfway through the 7th round. Hook, such a tough inside the distance. Usyk gets onto the front foot, Huck blocking, but he can't evade these blows. He's back to the space and centering now. He may have taken a break in the first half of round 6. And Hook now almost following now, bobbing and weaving in front of his man. The right hand from Hook, he walks his man down once more. Looking for openings with feather-like shots. Pecking and poking with that right hook. Here's the same shot once again. But now here comes Oleksandr Usyk, unloading heavy lever. Hook covering up, trying to fight under significant pressure.
As the fight entered the later rounds, Huck knew his only chance of winning lay in securing a knockout. Desperate, the German launched wild, reckless attacks, hoping to turn the tide. But Usyk's defense was near impenetrable. Cool under pressure, he continued to dominate with his precise combinations, forcing Huck onto the back foot.
Contest with a draw, a 4th judge, as has happened in previous big fights. The cracking right hook just causes Hook to mouth wide open. That's a counter right hook though from the cagey veteran Captain Usyk. And his success is more substantial coming from Oleksandr Usyk. Left hand success, and then a snaking underhand left. Hook in with the momentum of such from Usyk. His offense has been reduced to sneaky lead right hand. Now he's getting to get back onto the front foot. Lead left hook, bobbing and weaving in front of his man once again. Left cross. Encouraged by the vocal support he's receiving here. Remaining poised, remaining composed, looking for the openings to break down the defenses of this durable hard right hand to the body from Hook. Now did that position, but it appears to me, as he's put under pressure, punch hitting from Oleksandr Usyk, corner now, Marco Huck. But it seems to me that Huck is putting all his store, again he's driven backwards into the ropes. And perhaps we're seeing the difference here, 6 professional contests. Marco Huck again, taking up what we see familiar posture in the neutral corner.
Then came the 10th round, a round that would mark Huck's final moments in the tournament. Like a storm gathering strength, Usyk broke through Huck's defenses with a devastating barrage of punches. Unable to respond, Huck was cornered and the referee intervened, stopping the fight via technical knockout.
So it's a late stoppage. The former champion, forcing Anderson, sustained pressure here. He comes back with a good stairs, then working the body. Hook, bobbing and weaving once again off the ropes, but then he tosses across the boxing ring to take up residence on the ropes on the far side of the ring. Neil tries to hold on, but instead he's only covering up, bobbing and weaving. That left hand to the body calls into Will. Again he's trying to roll out of the corner, uppercut whipping through the middle. Robert Bird poised on Hook. All of his strength being put to the test. Usyk working away furiously. Shots underneath. Robert has stepped in and has waved it off.
It was an emphatic victory for Usyk. His flawless performance not only advanced him in the World Boxing Super Series, but also confirmed his standing as one of the world's best. For Huck, the loss was a hard pill to swallow, but it also signaled the undeniable passing of the torch. Even after their fight, the tension between the two remained. Usyk, in his characteristic playful style, later remarked, "Honestly, Huck didn't get all he deserved that night. He's a dirty fighter, cocky and self-assured, but I wanted to punish him a little longer. The referee stepped in too soon. I could have landed 5 more punches." Despite those words, Usyk added that moments like this are what make the sport special. After the fight, you don't feel anger, only respect. It's why I wanted to beat him beautifully, in a way fitting for the sport. For boxing fans, the night of September 16th, 2017 remains unforgettable. It was a showcase of skill, discipline, and the triumph of strategy over chaos. A true testament to why Oleksandr Usyk is a once-in-a-generation talent. Huck's fiery tactics may have set the stage, but it was Usyk's brilliance that stole the show.